hungry people? Today we're getting our eat on at Universal.
Last week, I had the incredible opportunity to attend the Epic Universe preview party. But before we got to walk the blue carpet at Epic Universe, my travel agent bestie Carly and I had a couple days to settle in before our big night. I made the most of it with rooftop seafood, poolside drinks, and one accidental death plunge that I definitely wasn't ready for. Let's get into it. This was my first time at Aventura, but we've stayed at the connecting resorts nearby on previous trips. So it was really fun to finally get to check out this resort after visiting Cabana Bay and Sapphire Falls a few years ago. Aventura lands somewhere between the budget prices of Cabana Bay and the luxury feel of Sapphire Falls. Its interior is modern and streamlined, which in comparison to Cabana Bay's 50s theming and Sapphire Falls' resort vibe, it's the perfect place to just drop your bags and head to Volcano Bay that's a 5-minute walk away. You're given the basic dining amenities in the lobby, so after we dropped our bags in our room and Carly checked in for her travel agent meetup, we grabbed a few bites to eat to tide us over until we could head to the pool. I got the hottest stir fry known to man. It's kind of hard to see in the video, but the steam was billowing off of these noodles in a room that was already warm, and we're in Florida, so everything is a little bit warm already, but it was literally so hot. I couldn't believe it. Carly finished up working. This is a business trip after all. We are here to do a business.
Business closed.
She got herself a barbecue pizza to get into the vacation mood before we headed to the pool for some actual vacation time. Consider this our PTO. The Aventura pool and pool deck might be smaller than the other two hotels nearby, where the pools are plentiful and considerably larger, but we suspect that Aventura's proximity to Volcano Bay is the main reason for the single small pool on location. The real draw to Aventura, at least for me, is the rooftop bar and bistro on the 17th floor. With unmatched views of the surrounding resort and Volcano Bay, it's the perfect spot to hang out and catch some rays while sipping on some adult beverages. We headed up to the rooftop after a quick change in the hotel room, and by that time, I was already hungry again, so I ordered myself some ceviche and a dragonberry cocktail for girl dinner. I love, love, love seafood, so when I get it fresh, only an hour from the coast, I'm all in. And yes, I realize it probably came from a shrimp farm, but let a girl dream. After that, Carly had to go to a travel agent dinner at Loews Portofino Bay, so I headed back down to the pool bar for another incredibly strong drink and a change of scenery until the sunset. As the sun started going down, I made my way back up to the rooftop bar, but not before sharing the elevator with a housekeeping robot. I know these things have been around for a long time, but I couldn't help but to giggle a little bit when it got off on the floor by itself. How cute is that? I managed to snag an excellent seat for the evening to watch the sunset from Aventura's rooftop bar before it got too busy from parkgoers returning for the evening. After the sun goes down, the view is still pretty breathtaking, especially with Volcano Bay all lit up after dark. It was the perfect way to end a slow start to our trip, but from here on out, there were no plans to stop moving.
So it's 7:45. Carly already left. She left to go do some travel agent stuff this morning, and since I'm at Aventura, I figured I could probably head over to Volcano Bay, see what's going on over there for a little bit, because I've never been to Volcano Bay, so I'm gonna go and check out and see what that's like for a little bit. But first, I gotta get coffee, or else I will die.
Little did I know that this would be the last time my name would be spelled correctly on my coffee order for the remainder of the trip. Well, I was going to sit out here and try to talk to you guys, but it appears that they've decided to power wash instead of actually, being quiet first thing in the morning. It's not even 8 a.m. I just stopped at Starbucks really fast. I don't know if you can hear me. So I sat outside next to the loud compressor eating the world's hottest, most mediocre breakfast sandwich before I packed up my bag and took the short walk from the pool to the Volcano Bay entrance. Volcano Bay opens early for resort guests, so I was actually able to snag some front row seats under an umbrella. Well, I'm very pale, so I need the shade, but I wanted to be right on the edge of the pool. I took some time warming up in the sun under my umbrella and let my sunscreen soak in before I took a dip into the water for the first time. I didn't even realize at first that the pool at the base of the volcano is actually a wave pool until the crowd started bumping along to a warning bell before the waves picked up. After that, I figured it was time to ride some water slides. I did ride the water coaster, and I accidentally hiked all the way to the top of the twin serpentine water slides, not realizing that Kala and Tanoi are just as tall as the Ko'okuri body plunge and are like 10 times as scary. Like, I was walking up and I'm thinking, okay, there's no way that these body slides are going to be as high as the slide that I can see coming out the center of the volcano in the front of the park. So I'm thinking like, okay, the serpentine slides will be halfway. And there'll be one of those slides that you get in and you like scoot yourself forward in order to like get yourself going. No, they are all the way at the top with the Ko'okuri body plunge. And like, seriously, you fall just as far before the spirals catch you. But like, I made it all the way to the top before I figured any of that out. So I figured once I got up there, there was really only one way down. So I took the 125-foot plunge to the bottom. And after that, I was pretty much adrenalined out for the day because, like, that was way more intense than I anticipated. Another dip in the wave pool got me feeling hungry, so I decided it was time to find some real food to tide me over. Get it? Tide me. Never mind. I'll let me in the park take it from here.
So I've been at Volcano Bay for like, I don't know, a few hours now. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know where anything is. I can't find anything. I'm trying to find some alcohol right now, but I can't. Carly, help, I need you. I truly feel like a little lost puppy dog when I don't have Carly to lead me around. She plans all of our trips. I think I might have found a bar. Yes. Oh, so far this looks the most promising. I'm gonna go ahead and see what I can find over here. Following my nose to the food. I feel like I can smell hot dogs, hamburgers or something. I think I found food. That looks promising. I don't know why there has to be a queue for literally everything. I could have just walked up there. Didn't have to do all this extra work. But here we are, walking 47 freaking miles to get like right there. So let's see what they got.
Everything was island themed, from the coconut crusted chicken to jerked mahi-mahi and coconut curry. They also have burgers, which is probably what I have been smelling to find my way there. I decided to get the barbecue mango pulled pork sandwich and fries along with a blue icy to drink. I'm like pretty sure I haven't had a legit blue icy since I was in high school, so the nostalgia was hitting hard with this drink.
This sandwich is literally so big that I like can't even pick it up like without it totally falling apart.
The sandwich was an impressive proportion despite its price of $14.49, but honestly there was no way I could have eaten this entire thing by myself anyway. So pro tip, if you ever get lunch here, I could have easily split this sandwich and still felt totally full afterwards. I let my stomach digest for a little bit back at my seat, then I decided the best way to fully relax was to take a ride in the lazy river. According to Carly, there's also a crazy river here, but I swear I could not find it. The layout of this park is very confusing to say the least. But that just means we'll have to come back so I can do it properly. So I spent the rest of the day floating along the river and taking in the beautiful views of the surrounding park. Volcano Bay was an unexpected excursion for me, but I definitely plan to go back someday when I have somebody with me that can show me the best places to go and not let me accidentally walk up 209 stairs to the top of a volcano death trap. By this time, it was about mid-afternoon, so I decided to walk back to Aventura to take a shower and get ready for the main event of the evening, the Epic Universe Grand Opening Preview Party. You can watch my videos from the preview party and opening day here and here. If you want to see this stuff in real time, go follow me on TikTok and Instagram to check out my daily travel updates and stories as we go on these epic adventures. The morning following the preview party, we packed up from Aventura to head to the next hotel stay at Stella Nova. This is one of Universal's new resorts that is directly connected to Epic Universe. It's so close you can literally walk there. Stella Nova is Universal's version of a budget hotel. If you've ever stayed at a Disney budget hotel, I would say it's about on par with the quality of All Stars or like similar. The biggest perk to staying at Stella Nova is the early access to Epic. We didn't really have time to check out the full property, but I would stay here again as long as I remember to bring some earplugs. I'm not sure if they're still kind of working out the kinks in the AC or like the water system, but it just seemed really loud at night. I'm usually a heavy sleeper, but it was noisy enough to wake me up for a few hours. So hopefully they get that figured out before opening it to the public en masse.
And our view is beautiful!
We'd already had 2 full days at Epic, so we figured it was about time we headed to the final resort destination, Loews Portofino Bay.
We're going to Portofino Bay!
This is my favorite resort at Universal. It truly feels like you've transported yourself to Italy. We've stayed at Loews Portofino Bay in the past, and it's definitely my all-time favorite Universal resort. The rooms are large and luxurious, especially when you get a bayside view. We were in no rush to run off to the parks, especially not after our adventures at Epic. Shutting down the park 2 nights in a row will make even the best of park goers a tad bit tired. So we decided to get some quality time poolside. For lunch, Carly had the mahi mahi tacos, which were super tasty with napa cabbage, pickled red onion, and a cilantro crema that we both agreed made these tacos taste phenomenal. I was once again craving ceviche, so I naturally had to try the one available from the poolside Splendido Bar and Grill. Of course, as soon as we finished eating, a single dark cloud had them closing the pool, so we had to hang out in the lobby until we were able to head to the parks. Thanks to the power of movie magic, I'll combine our 2 days at Universal and Islands of Adventure into one quick recap. You'll never know that these 2 days are mixed into one. Wait. It's been a few years since our last trip to the main Universal parks, so I was quick to notice the new Wicked-themed area. We are already hungry, so we got the avocado toast to split, and we both quickly agreed that this was probably the best thing we ate on the entire trip. I'm not sure if it was because of the fresh mashed avocado, the tangy pickled onions, and the teardrop peppers, but I loved this so much that I had to recreate it when I got home with my own sourdough starter. Just know in advance, this meal will make your next trip to the bathroom quite eventful.
You're green.
We also had a few drinks to sip on, and I got the Sparkling Emerald, which was a green limoncello spritz, and Carly got the Oz Dust Punch, which had tequila, blue curacao, lime, and pineapple juice with Fresca to top it all off. I have loved Wicked since I was in high school. I know I'm really aging myself when I say this, but I remember when it first came out, I think I was in grade school, and everybody was singing the songs. So getting to go into the new pop-up store and check out the props from the new movie was an unexpected surprise. After exploring the Yellow Brick Road, we were cut off by the Mega Movie Parade. I surprisingly don't think I've ever seen a parade at Universal. There was the one year that Carly and I were almost on the Mardi Gras parade float, but we decided to run off and get on a real ride before the park closed instead. I especially thought that the Ghostbusters car, the Jaws 50th anniversary float, and the Jurassic Park Ball and T-Rex were the best floats. But to be honest, they were all pretty cool. From there, we headed to laser blast some aliens in Men in Black, cooled off in some misters, and then made our way to the newer themed editions of Universal Studios. We saw Donkey in the Swamp, watched the Troller Coaster and the Trolls, and finally made it to the Kung Fu training camp. There's a good bit of shade over here, and of course the waterworks as well, so it's a great place to cool off. And of course, I had to have my go at the Gong of Residence. Whoa! Gong. Before we skadooshed on out of there. After that, I really wanted to check out the E.T. ride, which I had never done on previous trips. And after learning it was the last original ride from when the park first opened, I practically begged Carly to go on it with me. She strongly dislikes E.T., so it took some convincing. I don't know what I expected from this ride walking in, but going to E.T.'s home planet was not on my bingo list. And if you've never ridden the ride, you get these interplanetary ID cards, and I'm like, pretty sure the guy who took my name didn't know how to spell Felicia, or E.T. just straight up skipped me. I'm pretty sure I ended up as friend. We decided it was time to make some magical moves, so we headed from E.T. to Diagon Alley. And of course, I made sure to knock on the door of number 12 Grimmauld Place as I passed by.
Welcome to Diagon Alley!
Diagon Alley will never fail to impress me. It's hard to believe that it's been 10 years since it first opened. My boyfriend, now husband, and I first visited in August of 2014, about a month after it had opened, and waited something like 4.5 hours just for the Gringotts ride. Just like the new Ministry of Magic ride, it is not worth that wait. Do not wait that long. We did not waste our time waiting on it this trip either, especially not when it went down the moment we entered the queue. So we skipped on out of there, hit up a few shops, and then made our way to sip on some butterbeer. I got to try frozen butterbeer for the first time. I don't think it was available or wasn't an option on previous trips, so of course I had to do a side-by-side comparison.
That one, for sure. Got my butterbeer.
Now that I finally got my hands on my favorite drink, I was feeling pepped up enough to continue exploring. There's just something about sipping on butterbeer in the sunshine that really makes this side of the park extra magical. Check back soon on my creation of the frozen butterbeer. I actually made an incredibly accurate version of the soda over on my blog in the past, and I definitely intend to do it again with the frozen version. Hopefully sometime this summer, so be sure you're subscribed so you won't miss it when I post. From there, we boarded the Hogwarts Express, and we were off to Hogwarts. We had gotten express passes onto Hagrid's motorbike ride. We, funnily enough, had tried to refund our express passes that we had purchased for Epic Universe after realizing that the ride lines were not long enough to warrant the expense. And we weren't able to get refunded, by the way, and that was totally understandable because we had used the express passes before realizing that the park was going to be nearly empty. But the lady at the concierge understood why we were wanting the refund. We literally were not complaining, but someone else had told us they got refunded, so we figured it was worth a try because it's like kind of expensive to buy an express pass and then not use it. And the concierge was kind enough to give us passes to Hagrid's, so shout out to Sarah. It all worked out for us in the end, and we got to skip the 2-hour line to Hagrid's, which was a massive plus for us. After Hagrid's, we had a little bit of time to spare before the nighttime light show at Hogwarts. So we headed over to Jurassic Park and took a nighttime ride on the Velocicoaster.
A little late night Velocicoaster. This is gonna be cool!
If you've never done the Velocicoaster, it's scary in the daytime, but at night it is like 10 times more terrifying. Finally, we made our way back to Hogsmeade just in time for the new nighttime lights at Hogwarts to begin. This was my first time getting a chance to see the show. Technically, they shut down the entire area when the show is going on, and if you don't get a spot in the designated standing areas, you're asked to keep moving. So we really lucked out on the timing. I'm so happy that Universal added this show to the castle. I honestly enjoyed it more than the Disney fireworks, but then again, I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd, so I might be a little bit biased. This trip was honestly packed with so much fun that I'm still struggling to come back to reality. Huge shout out to Carly and the team at ET Family Travel for planning this entire thing from start to finish. If you haven't already, be sure to check out the other videos from this trip. You can find both of those videos linked up here and down below. If you liked this video and want to see more travel content, theme park food, or fictional recipes brought to life, hit that subscribe button and ring the dinner bell so you don't miss what's coming next. And don't forget to leave your suggestions for your favorite fictional feasts down in the comments below. If you get hungry in the meantime, you can find all of my recipes written out in full over on my website, thestarvingchefblog.com. Thanks for coming along on this trip with me, and I'll see you in the next episode. Oh, and YouTube thinks you'll like one of the suggested videos on screen, so click something already.
What's up, hungry people? Today we're getting our eat on at Universal. Yeah! Gotta get those YouTube intros down.